Ham. It was but her poetry is amazing. It's not awful. Alright. This one's called I Need More Beer, I Need More Beer, I Need More Beer. Day drinking piles of yogurt. So stumbling through K-Town, I spot this wretched pigeon and think of all the people in my life who love pigeons. You left your dandruff in my car again, and that's okay. It's okay to want to be a mailman. It's not okay to keep taking birth control after 56. The Korean girl who walks in on me in the men's restroom knows about enjambment, I can tell. The recurring teeth motif of my dreams reveals nothing of particular significance. This is all a bit mediocre. I open my mouth a little wider around you every time. After watching Attack of the Clones, I spent all last night crying about my ex and hugging my pink stuffed rat, Ratso, stuffed with beans. No one uses headphones anymore in waiting rooms, and the Asian man and me are getting annoyed looking up from our books. The white man is like to his wife, I thought we'd be out of here 25 minutes ago. Just wait a little longer, would you? Upon closer inspection, Asian man is reading a book called Conspiracies, just the same color scheme as Rouge. Three old ladies talking really loudly about an antique store on the PCH. My aunt will not. I look at all the stars and one moves. My dad. I sing for 4 minutes. My voice cracks. Not 'cause I'm a fucking crying pussy, but because of the testosterone. Crying pussy, but because of the testosterone. I can't hit those notes anymore, and I can't bring myself to hurt myself. Tomorrow I will read Naked, opening set, and three letters, still need to figure it out. The porn star Filipino friend, I'm a fucking asshole slash failure. Dennis still need to figure it out. The porn star Filipino friend, I'm a fucking asshole slash failure. Dennis Cooper and Charles Bukowski, how do you do it? Richard, time to face my Filipino friend. Davy Crockett Wiggins, Filipino friend. Davy Crockett Wiggins, I'm really sorry I wrote that Nicolas Cage piece about you. I'm seeing you really saw me as a boy, you boy kisser. Your redhead Ruby girlfriend now. She seems nice. Still in Ashland? Nice. Still in Ashland? Still baklava? How do I look at the telephone? Like one or two more, two more, one more, two more. Okay. Um, um, This one's called this one's called I'm Not Superman. I'm not Superman. 'Cause I cry on the freeway. 'Cause I cry on the freeway. The 405 can be very sad if you think. My choices lead to beer almost always. Admitting I get out of my car, walk back to the brewery, and order one more beer. Choices lead to beer almost always. Admitting I get out of my car, walk back to the brewery, and order one more beer. A tangerine beer. I guess I'm a one-trick pony. How many times do I need one more beer? A couple at least. A couple doesn't both need to be interested in philosophy. Circumcised dick is very attractive, and I'm wet because of it constantly. Wondering if Superman is circumcised per Kryptonian culture. Does he hate dogs as much as me? His parents pretty much loved him, raised him to be the perfect farm boy. I worked on a farm once and had many racist experiences. But mostly, it felt good to be a Mexican picking grapes, since that's what my ancestors literally did. Superman as an allegory for racism towards illegal aliens. 1A, 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 1A. What I am just sitting in my car with all these beers piled around me, crying about my life to a guitar. Never saved anyone before. Ha ha. When it gets really bad, I know that one day I will kill someone on this 405. I just need to wait a little while longer. Alright, after one of the original Flarf poets called Kaislem Mohammed. He was a professor of mine where I went to school in Oregon. After Kaislem Mohammed. The greatest poet of all time, Seshu Foster, mailed me a postcard with a list of poets in the shape of a tree, and it was kind of the stupidest thing ever. It wasn't a poem about trees shaped like a tree. I would never write a poem about trees shaped like a tree. It's just way too obvious. I'm supposed to walk my dog this morning, but I have a psychiatry appointment, so that will have to wait. Over the past 2 weeks, I have felt down, hopeless, depressed, and like a failure nearly every day. I want to stop that. Maybe up the dosage, but then
magazines, and you can ask him a lot. There is beer for sale, but there are other beers. Pilsner. Yes, I see it sprinkled out through the audience. And there's food. If you need to go to the restroom, you can go. Just want to make sure everyone's comfortable. Our next. Oh,
I mean, yes, be comfortable, but don't be so comfortable as to find like the most poetic way to defile my public bathroom. We have some shady faces, but I'm not the best at reading faces. Like, I don't know. Like, I think the ones that look the most perplexed of you are the ones that I am the most suspicious of. Um, I work here. I'm actually a manager in the cafe and a bookseller, and I do some events coordination. It is my pleasure to extend the space out to Pam. Pam runs a mic of her own. It is called La Palabra, and it's at Avenue 50 Studios, and it is a very beautiful community oriented mic. She has an open mic portion every time that she does it, and she's invited a lot of the people into this room very warmly into her space, and I am very happy to warmly invite her into this space, Stories, Books, and Cafe. Um, so let's see. I'm having another reading tomorrow. I hope it's okay that I shamelessly plug that. It's called Heavy Cream. Everything that I program here is going to be called Heavy Cream. I have Walela Nahanda doing a reading with some musical accompaniment by a band that calls himself Blush Hill Music. There's another musical act called Huma Abedin that'll be doing poetry backed by synthesizer and Wurlitzer music. And on the live stream, but hi Grump, I'm gonna do a lot of the same set that we just did at another cool mic called Fool's Day in Highland Park, but this time without the musical accompaniment. I'm gonna just answer somebody. Today, we are liberated from that which cannot love us. Today, we are liberated from that which cannot love us. Failed experiments in depriving your psychic senses have you jumping through windows and running to fences. The sun keeps on coming to meet you each day as you're running only ever further or further away. The past cannot love you. The past only loved you. Today is today is today. Saul Williams. That's something that I think about a lot is who are my northern stars in poetry. One of them I found is Saul Williams. He just put out a book called Martyr Loser King. It's a graphic novel, and it's in an artistic exchange with a film that he put out with his wife Anicia. That's called Neptune Frost. Great film. Yes, you should go. We have Martyr Luther King. So when you go inside and you buy Pam's fantastic book, you should look in the graphic novel section and you can see what the art looks like for Martyr Luther King. Yeah, we have it. But he said something that inspired this whole very small short poem. He said, the sculptor doesn't love the wood, but he needs it. And that is to say that we don't even like the English language. For many of us, it's just the language that we were given. The language of our indigeneity is stripped from us. And even if we had it, we wouldn't be able to commune with each other because colonialism has made it so that this is the wood that we have. So this poem is called The Sculptor Doesn't Love the Wood, but He Needs It. I don't love the words, but I'll say them. I hate this thing we've made, this evil contraption meant to evolve us past our biologically mandated pain, past our requisite boredom. I covet the pain of working the land. I use our language to conjure pure and perfect pain that I be cleansed in fire of the futility of this limping reality. Give me psychosis. Give me, in that utter euphoria, the perfect solipsism of a departed reality of my own conception. I use the language to denounce the language. I use the language to denounce the morose incorporeal vestige. I use the language to tickle the tongue of a god you all supposed was dead. I'm thinking about that a lot. I'm thinking about dead gods all the time. All my poetry about dead gods. All my friends are a weapon formed against this. If you think too straight, you'll miss us entirely. The hillside we roll down is overgrown with bourgeois bullshit. But about 27 years ago, I asked a bourgeois baby if she wanted to play. Do you want to play with a weapon formed against you, with a heaven broke open like a yoke into your mind? There's a very simple thing that you're missing, cousin. The bird flies the exact speed of the bullshit. The seed burrows down into the ground, but you don't think about how. Now, we have come to take back the food you took from our mouth, baby bird. The stampede that's coming can kill you or you'll run with the herd. Cousin, all my friends are a weapon formed against this hell scarcity of what dead men desired. Here are my friends, alive and well. Dedication to everyone who thought they wouldn't see me again. I'll give you a lot of new poems. There's folks in this room who've been listening to all of us read poems for like 5 years. This is all new shit, basically all new shit. All new shit. All new shit. Because I'm a new kind of poet right now. A dedication to everyone who thought they wouldn't see me again. It wouldn't have been fair if I fell over dead of a sugar fermented blood. I have not died for what I loved and would die for, but my devotion is cast in pure gold. What I coughed up in sickness looked like Rorschach. You thought it would be life enough just to lay your eyes upon this once, making no and this divinatory echo chamber of my most tormented thinking. I'll wrought evil on evil. My Jericho fell like your face to see me back from a long swim in the river Styx. When you finally see a ghost, your two eyes will split into four and your two minds will fold into one. I beseech you to write about the face of that god and the body of a woman on a red light dance floor. Your repulsion to her is the very same as your refusal to suck milk, her like a drug addict defying death, still very beautiful. Should I do one more or two more? Two more? Okay. The boss said two more. An old one? Okay. Um, this one is called um Stories Book and Echo Chamber of Your Agonized Internal Monologue, or On Being an Asshole. But this is a extremely edited version. I read this at La Palabra. I've edited this for only the juicy juice of the poem. So actually, Daryl printed this poem in a really cool collection. And there's a number of folks in the room that participated in Daryl's printing. This is a departure from what Daryl printed in our mutual aid collectivized anthological. This is edited anyway. Um, do not let me embody the echo chamber of your agonized internal monologue. You know, I really loved you, so don't remember me on most days. Just remember me that one day I walked on air, feet left the ground, veils cascading, finally a bride. I can't even imagine not loving everyone. Let's keep cooing at each other's beauty how we do for big eyed babies. We don't hate people that babble. We don't hate people who shit. We only hate what harms us and ourselves. We put pictures of our parents in lockets and frames. It hardly matters what actually happened, what we have done, now that we are initiate to their tedium, to their horrors. This is a poem from within the agony of your own scripted defaults, from within the flower of your most pungent shame, a poem from the pink orchid of your genitals, from the nougat of your third eye, recalcitrant and turning to stone all of your young passions. This is the stink of your body at the end of its efforts, thrusting wildly with anything to demonstrate the absolute chasm of its wanting. This is the poem from the other side of the door of your mind, the door that you don't step outside without screaming or throwing your shit. These are the words that you can't think about, but you do think about. You do think about the words, you think about these words, you think about them, but I'm the asshole because because I've said them. That's why the words are, oh shit. You do think about the words, you think about um, I am willing to grow an entire mountainside of hair. I am willing to live much, 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 much longer. I'm willing to lay down and not die and just watch the trees bow in the breeze. I'm willing to stay there even as night falls on everything. We can just stay there as long as we're meant to. I'm willing even to have my heart broken again. I'm willing to lay down with you and not die and just watch the trees bow in the breeze, and we'll both live much, 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 much longer. We'll hide all the pain in me, and I'll grow a whole mountainside of hair for you. Thank you. That is all the poems that I brought. I'm only gonna say, I think that the next act is a musical act. We're all gonna sit, we're gonna enjoy the musical act, and then we're gonna go inside and we're gonna spend some time with the books. We're gonna buy the 10 books that Stories has of Pam's books. We're gonna sell that all out. And and we're just gonna try and get Stories a little bit of bread, and then we're all gonna buy a beer, and we're all gonna tip Natalie, who's super hot and super cool. And then we're gonna eat and be merry. Once those books are sold out, you can buy them at full price from the publisher Riot of Roses. We have more books than just that here. Check out our selection. We have a pride table for everybody that's gay. The curation is phenomenal. Please take that 10 minutes to find something for yourself, and thank you so much for being here.
Everything Tori said. Yeah. Oh, let's give it up for Tori. That was very fiery. um, and she reminded me, I just wanted to mention again, Pam, who hosts La Palabra every fourth Sunday at Avenue 50 Studio in Highland Park. From meeting her as a feature to seeing her being a host and building community, she's brought so many poets all together, and the there has been exponential growth in the people who go to La Palabra. So very thankful. Yes. And our next act is Lottie. She's a Filipina musician. She's gonna heal us through song and music. She does need a couple minutes to set up. So yeah, what Tori said, go inside or yeah, do buy the books and yes.
3 minutes set.
You only have 3 minutes.
You need one more input because brains stop. Can you transition to the card? Yes. Just a welcome one. Yeah.
So it's bridging two worlds. Well, it's global. Yes, yes, yes. And then finally, like, nah, I'm doing my own thing. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday afternoon. I'm waiting for another call from you. I'm hey there, here we go again. I'm lost, you found me, something's wrong. I'm sorry, it's gone. I don't wanna. I'm hey there, here we go again. I'm lost, you found me, something's wrong. Oh, I'm going, I'm going, I'm going. I'm hey there, but your favorite girl is gone. So many versions of ourselves we have to unbecome. I can't wait to read that poetry book. This next one is called Modern Girl. This is for all the girlies and the dailies. So difficult it is to even just get health insurance these days. And you're just like, I'm just a girl, man. Got my dreams for sale. Which one would you like? Happy ever after, or the one my parents like? Tell me what you want. I've shown you what I offer. Isn't it perfect when all works in the end? But how do I expect myself to get out of my head? Just a guy
spicy. If you push me to the edge, if I was a line, if I could just believe that every little part of me is coming inward, I can be spicy. If you push me to the edge, don't push me. I'm just a girl in this modern world. I can be nice if I was a line. If you're good at harmonizing, I'm gonna do it again, but with ah. You guys are good. Oh man. So like Pam, I'm also from the Philippines. I'm from the Philippines. Anyone anyone from outside of America? We're all Americans. We're all from outside of America. Absolutely. Ah, it's Indie Girl Summer, and by indie I mean indigenous. I love that handicap. It's also that. Old school. This next one is newish. It's very new actually. It's not out anywhere. But it's a song for my parents. They were away the whole time I was growing up to go search for a better life. And I understand. And yeah, I'm just a girl dealing with it and writing songs about it. This one is called Happy Birthday. Pretending I don't see gold. I know I like sa piling mo. And finally we're here, American dream. I got it's hard to fit in. Ayokong magbago, buhay Amerika. Nakakapagod na, gusto ko nang buhay sa iniibig. Di na kita sinisisi. Alam kong sistema ang may sala, pero sana we try to be. A text, a call, something to say. Happy birthday to you. Oh, I miss you day by day. Untay mapasaylo, kunin mo. Nawala sa buhay mo. Oh, happy birthday. to you. Oh, I miss you day by day. Thank God for music. Thank God for poetry. Thank God for each other. Amen. And singing. I've got 2 more songs. I'm gonna switch over because I was getting too twisted. Oh, kidding, I only know 3 songs on guitar. You want me to take this chair? Yeah. How are you feeling? Feeling relaxed? Yeah, it feels like not a Wednesday night. What are rules? This next one is called Casualty, and really from in my journey of becoming and unbecoming, I have learned to take up space, and by taking up space, sometimes you have to say, no, that's enough. I can't do that. I can't have you in my life. So I think if you guys are fast learners, you would understand the chorus right away. So we'll try. Can we hear that okay? Nah, that's too low. Honestly, I can't keep letting you in. I don't wanna be your casualty. I've decided to walk away, and you're the one to blame. I needed to cut you off because, well, I've had enough. I know that it was never your intention to hurt and curse and cause my heart to break. Honestly, I can't keep letting you in. I don't wanna be your casualty. Hope you don't take it too personally. I don't wanna be your casualty. There is nothing more that you could say to justify all your mistakes. I'm done and through, I'm moving on. And I'm not coming back, no, I'm not coming back. Honestly, I can't keep letting you in. I don't wanna be your casualty. Hope you don't take it too personally. I don't wanna be your casualty. Yes, I'm strong, but I've got limits. And until you understand the reason why I'm on this side, you're gonna stand behind the light. Yes, I'm strong, but I've got limits. And until you understand why I'm on the side, you're gonna stand behind the line. Honestly, I can't keep letting you win. I don't wanna be your casualty. A heart is expansive, so expansive, but it's up to me to protect that heart. Not everyone deserves that second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth chance. Hey, women. Lastly, this one is called Not Bad After All. I hope you enjoy the rest of the night. I can't wait to have my copy. Please also have your copy. I would love mine signed. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what the heck? Maybe associated ourselves with a role, maybe with a lover, with a partner, with a child. Maybe in the process of that, we forget ourselves. And so this song is for that. You deserve some solitude. Solitude to hear your thoughts and to see. It's kind of crazy just how much I lost myself. It's been a long week since you moved out of our place. I know what I went through. Did you go through the same? I'm not mad, I'm not sad, I don't want you back. I'm surprisingly calm, and in fact, I feel better. It's kind of crazy just how much I lost myself. While I've been so busy living for somebody else. But now I'm here, being alone. It's not bad after all. Not bad after all. The quiet walls I used to fear got me to listen to the part of me that's been completely missing. I'm not mad, I'm not sad, I don't want you back. I'm surprisingly calm, and in fact, I feel better. It's kind of crazy just how much I lost myself. While I've been so busy living for somebody else, but now I'm here, being alone. It's not bad after all. Thank you so much. My name is Lottie. LOTTI number 4 EVR on social medias. Let's enjoy.
I definitely feel like my soul is here. 5-minute intermission, and we'll get back to our program. So yeah, feel free to
Yeah. There's 3 books left. If everybody could just go buy them from the store, and then Bride of Roses will just start to sell them to you directly. But I would really love to get those books sold out, please.
sure I can see them. I love your pictures. I love your stuff. You know that one when you did a studio picture? Oh my gosh. Oh, great.
Okay, so we're gonna start back up. So please, everyone, take your seats. We're almost to our main event, Pam. But first, we have the ever powerful poet who's next to me. I met her at La Palabra. Shout out to La Palabra again. Thank you, Pam. Yeah, wonderful. So this is Quinoa.
Yeah, this is good. Can you hear me? I think. All right. I just want to say congratulations, Pam. Love you, love you, love you. And I just was gonna do a poem or two within my 5 minutes. I um I met Pam years ago, a few years ago, and we went to a Community Literature Initiative, CLI, season 11, the double ones, with Hiram Sims, and we graduated from that class together. And Pam was so instrumental in every day. I have wrote it, but I'm just gonna say it the way it was. Pam, my husband would drive me to school every Monday night. And so Pam would always be there waiting when I got there. And she would, with a big smile, and she would always help me with my bags, because I'm handicapped. She'd help me with my bags. She'd help me with my books. And she was just always there every Monday night. There was Pam. You're okay. Let me help you through the door. And that's just the way she is, a loving, caring human being. And I love her so much. And she was like, I was gonna say like, because I'm almost 70, so like my granddaughter. So that's how she was, and she still is, and I love her. And so I'm just gonna read a couple. I want to read something that I just wrote in terms of around her book, and then I want to read a poem or two if I have time. We'll see. Um, I'll repeat what I just said. Congratulations, Pam, on getting your poetry book Unbecoming published out into the world. We are so happy for you. I enjoyed our time together in Community Literature Initiative CLI USC Chapter Season 11 Double Ones. Many times I think back to those days, which I already said. I told y'all about that part where you helped me, and you were in the. I also remember those days, and I miss those days actually, when in the classroom we could always learn from you because you were so insightful in your poetry, and you would take us all over the world with your poetry. We would be in the classroom, but we literally wouldn't be in the classroom because you take us to Manila. You go from LA to Manila and beyond, and we would just sit there, and we could smell and taste the foods, and we could just the sounds just through your poetic verses. And so and your book Unbecoming, your echoing inner voice, culture, metaphors, and use of palindrome draw us all into this wonderful, wonderful coming of age poetic story. We are no longer merely readers. We find ourselves becoming inside observers, walking along the path of your stories from Manila to LA and beyond. We can hear the songs, the taste, the smell, the foods, and see the landscape through your poetic verse. Through your poetry and storytelling, you paint a vividly colorful tapestry of how our day to day lives are shaped and intertwined in a tango with the world around us.
And as a poet, I find myself hanging on your every word, as each stanza holds insight, joy, humor, and at times sadness. Pam, you are a great storyteller, and most of all, a great human being who writes with love, passion, and intention. So grateful for your existence on this planet. Thank you for being the wonderful human that you are. So I'm gonna read a poem. I didn't have one together on the coming of age, or so I'm gonna read a poem I read at most every event. It's titled "Earth Immigrant," and basically this poem says I pretty much on the front cover of my book that we're all Earth immigrants here on a temporary visa with an unknown expiration date. And our job while here is to learn life's lessons, love and care for one another, and this planet we so inhabit. And I'm calling this poem a love letter to humanity. I'm an immigrant on planet Earth. I'm on a temporary visa with an unknown expiration date. My life on this planet is temporary. Nothing I do or say is permanent. All I have to give is love, laughter, and truth. Hold me to that and nothing more. I'm a space traveler. I'm passing through on my journey to beyond the realm of space and time, beyond the idea, beyond the second, minute, or hour, beyond the day, month, or year, beyond. Be it accident, chance, illness, stress, or age limit, at some point I will be checking out. My stay will end. When my life visa expires, I will cross over the borders and boundaries of space and time, leaving this earth behind. No longer will I have to compete with my fellow human beings for a parking space, a job, material goods, housing, food, or water. No longer will I be judged by my skin color, my language, my gender, my shape, or my size. No longer will I be afraid, insecure, lost, and alone. No longer will I be deprived of the basic necessities for life. No longer. I'm just a visitor. I have truly enjoyed my time on this planet, and I will enjoy each day until it's time to go. Remember, we are all immigrants passing through space and time on our way to beyond. So cherish the hours, cherish the days, cherish the months, cherish the years, cherish the moments. Live each day as though it were your last day on earth, because it very well might be. Live it up, laugh it up, love it up, because it's all temporary. You can't take it with you and you can't stay behind. One day it will be your turn to go. There's no permanent place for you here. So make all your memories now. Make all your memories for others to enjoy. Make your time on earth count for something good. Leave behind traces of footprints for others to follow. Footprints of love, footprints of kindness, footprints of generosity, footprints of care for your fellow human beings. Love the people and love yourself. Love the people and love yourself. Stick to these principles, even in the face of adversity and the prospect of death. Because as earth immigrants, all we have is each other. Thank you. Now it's time for the ever great Pam.
Wow, let's keep it going for Kilo! Reminding us that we're all Earth immigrants. And now I'm so proud to call this poet my close friend, and I'm so honored to introduce the author of Unbecoming, Pam Concepcion!
Maraming beses na kitang nilayasan, iniwanan at ibang pinuntahan. Parang lalaking ang hirap talagang malimutan. Ikaw lamang ang aking laging binabalikan. Manila, I keep coming back to Manila. Simply no place like Manila. Manila, I'm coming home. Manila, please wait for me. I booked a palindrome of flights, wishing it departs tomorrow. I'm sorry it took so long. I got caught at the cruel coldness of circumstance. Despite my resistance, I compromised, loving for leaving and living with my family in an economy where I can still write this poem and get angry at 30 minutes of moving traffic, not a 2 hour standstill or a 4 hour sardinas commute. Manila, do you remember how we romanticized America as a monolith that fits in a 24 by 18 by 24 box? We thought the states smell like ivory soap clinging to imported clothes. Manila, you will laugh knowing how LA smells like smoke and urine like you. The difference here is the high confidence of drugs announcing its presence in the air instead of deep fried fish balls and kerosene. Manila, I might have taken your noise for granted. LA sounds like constant catcalling for justice, speeding siren after siren after siren, then silence for sudden stolen souls. Manila, you were mostly spitting curses amid sputtering engines. Quiet eyes, quiet highs, wide eyes, whistles, warnings, and whispers for justicia. You're subtly disrespectful like that, but you're also 4 p.m. humidity and karaoke songs for broken-hearted drunks living under the walkway connecting Diose and Recto Station. But here is blatant, here is loud, here is excessive, here is angry. Yet, for some reason, America thinks you're more dangerous, that you'll rob them blind. So far, you've only robbed my phone twice, Manila, but you do the same for to everyone's taxes. Here, I'm getting robbed of my dignity every day with every locked and loaded sidewalk greeting. Manila, I wish I could stay with you. Your danger is no stranger to me. I can drunkenly navigate your streets after late night gigs of indie bands and happy Thursdays, staying far from motorcycles, skirting sidewalks, snatching phones, but you've robbed me too much of my time, waiting in line to get off the next station of my life. So I left after New Year's and suddenly it's my first Thanksgiving now. I know I said it means nothing to me, but it's making me look for family. In names I only know from boxes and inboxes, in faces I only see in holiday faces, in those who only remember you in time for a funeral, Manila. When I was looking for the ones who took a day off to see me off before my flight, the ones who will drive dark Friday hours to pick me up at Naiya, then drive 3 more hours for a welcome home dinner. The ones who are always waiting for me to come back, so I booked a palindrome of flights, wishing it departs from hinahanap, hanap kita Manila. Ang ingay mo'y kay sarap sa tenga. Mga jeepney mong nagliliparan. Mga lasengga mong nagkakantahan. Take me back in your arms, my Manila. This Christmas, I'm coming home. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. It's been so long since I never thought I'd be writing a book. I just started out of spite. I wrote a poem, like 4 poems in one sitting. After a friend pissed me off, and then I was like, "Oh, this is nice." And then it got published in my college. And after a while, I just kept writing on the side, and it just compiled enough. And yeah, I when I moved here, I was just like, I need to find something anything I could do while I was unemployed. And I was like, I'll try. Like I've never read a poem before, on the mic, so I did.
actually, here on Sunset also, my first open mic, it was like in one cafe across here, and a couple people came up. Maestro came up. Mark Sid came up, and they were like, "That's good. You should like be reading in more mics." So I just kept going to more mics, and North Fig Bookshop. I think I read an open mic, and I think Andy Sanchez came up to me and was like, "I think you have something that you could like publish in CLI." So I applied for CLI, and I have my CLI family here. Yeah, I compiled so many poems, and now it's here. Very surreal. And thank you everyone for the support. I'll read my next poem. What is it? Um, That's the first poem I ever wrote. I ever read on the mic. I finally feel pretty. I was in the sixth grade when I first said it out loud. Something I never felt for 12 years. I had just gotten my hair straightened for the first time. I rushed home, hid in my room, and took a photo of myself smiling. So this cute boy could see how I could be pretty like those hot girls in magazines and TV. It was always a mystery how my family had hair so silky, smooth, and straight. You can see all of them there at the back have straight hair. I'm adopted. While mine turned frizzy, dry, and wild, despite being born with a crown so silky, smooth, and straight like everyone else's. My mother told me it was damaged, that it had to be tamed. Some said it was poofy like a poodle's, and others said instant noodles. One said pubes. Day and night, I brush my hair, head upside down to let the blood rush. A friend said it helps. I tried it all. Boar brush, round brush, paddle brush, white tooth comb, fine tooth comb, tangle teaser, Denman. I did leave-in treatments while watching a Chief Justice's impeachment, and so far, I've put to trial baby oil, olive oil, coconut oil, mayonnaise, egg whites, as instructed by monthly magazines in hopes of taming the wild. Yet not one doing me justice. I went through cycles of pretty and ugly and pretty and ugly and pretty and ugly until I grew tired of avoiding my reflection while sitting in the salon for hours and hours every 4 months, my genes refusing to submit to the chemical altering burning my scalp, leaving a mark of guilt for spending my mother's money, only to rush home, hide in my room, and cry, never feeling pretty enough like I first did in the sixth grade. So this book is like a yeah, I've told everyone it's a coming of age book. It explores identity, and like of course the first like identity we see is like in the mirror. So like half of it is about being pretty, and then the other half is like existential crisis. Um, and this next poem I've only read it once, but it's about swimming. Swimming lessons. I'm still learning how to tread this ocean heart carefully, so I can consume the waves instead of them crashing over me. I let my hands race and wrinkle as the current carries my cries. Salty streams teardrop my goggles full, forcing closed eyes to find surface and sky. On calmer days, irrational rainbows I never see on land. Schools of fish, glimpses of sirens, I'm almost pulled into their world, but bubbles escape my mouth, reeling me back to the air, reminding me to breathe. I used to be jealous of my older siblings. They took swimming lessons as kids, learned all the strokes to direct themselves in the water. My dad said I didn't need them. I naturally floated away on my own as a baby. Water surrounded my home. Surrender was my only choice. I never felt the need to swim against the heart until the age of inheritance. I gained paternal fears, like the knowledge of drowning if I swam farther than my mother can see, and getting caught in riptides. So I declared El Nino and stopped swimming. I stayed by the shore with my mom, scraping sand against callous skin to soften and smoothen hardened husks, wading waist level weekend waves to wash wounds from broken bottles buried, buoying in bubble barriered leisure zones, floating in life vests, snorkel safety, refusing to navigate deep sea conflicts in uncharted trenches. Yet water surrounds my home. Surrender is my only choice, and now I'm all rusty, relying on muscle memory, remembering my lungs aren't a muscle, and I keep forgetting to breathe. I'm still learning how to tread my ocean heart carefully. My dad said I'm a natural, so I guess I'll just float away like a baby. Let's see. Oh, I'll read this. My CLI classmates love this because, well, I love eating food, but some people apparently don't. What's so scary about dinner? I've yet to meet a man who doesn't flinch at the question, "Can we have dinner first?" After mindless minutes of downloading digital daydreams, uninterrupted back and forths, Pavlovian responses to pocketed vibrations, frustrated fingers tapping on the query sends them in theories of meaning. Can we have dinner first? A question somehow equating to, it's a trap. These females just want free meals. Well, I can feed myself fine every day, thank you. But if you're too broke, then pay with your pride. Look me in the eye and said, "Hey, can we split the bill?" Or better yet, get paid first. In other cases, it could also mean I want to date you seriously. Seriously, did I say that? Have you ever considered we haven't even met beyond this 6-inch crystal display? So do tell me, Gago, sino ka ba? Who are you to lock the door behind me before I've held your hand or caught your cologne? I just need witnesses and alibis in the form of a bartender or a server taking our orders on top of live location sharing with my friends. Safety first. Does every man think like this? Is it the law? If so, who wrote these rules and passed them down without so much as a tease or a GNT? So no, I'm not gonna fuck on an empty stomach. I'm acidic. I don't want to ramble and rumble as we fumble our way to bed. I'm the writer here. I'll be the one to marinate meaning into my words. So when I say, can you please take me out somewhere first, I mean, read my free recipe for the best dinner date that could organically cook up a hookup. Prep the ingredients, dress up nice, insist on picking me up despite the back and forth. Saute me with your smiles and eyes as I cartoonishly float to the aroma of your woody, musky fragrance. Slow cook the moment while we carefully choose conversations. Make me want you with your food for thought. Let me savor the smell of cooking before I eat it. Then maybe you can have me. So, um, oh, again about food, but this is for my friends. Friend dates. Let's have brunch. I'll block off a day for you. Let's catch up and check out that place you saw on IG. It's near both of us, TYG. I'll have the viral experimental dish, Bicol Express turned to pasta. You'll get that fall of the bone pork adobo. Slow cooked and tender like our love. Unending from graduations to job applications. Let's drink to that one that you want to quit but still waiting for the right time to. I say, maybe you're just making excuses out of fear. In your defense, you say, that's also why I'm still single since birth. I gently deflect and redirect to the latest schoolmate gossip on who's pregnant, engaged, a doctor, a lawyer, an influencer, a CPA, or abroad. We swap stories and dishes, sip from each other's drinks, laugh loudly, boisterously, like we're back ungracefully sitting on covered court floors, cross legged in skirts, panties speaking shamelessly, while complaining about our teachers and cramming for today's exam. The giant history book on one knee, yellow pad notes on the other. We have the fanciest feast: Jamaican patties, tuna samgak kimbap, buko juice, bistek rice, twister fries, iced tea, and the shared overwhelming academic stress, unaware that we haven't moved on to desserts. It's almost 4, we're buzzed and blushed, Time had passed and we never noticed, never stopped. Look how far we've come. Don't know what to read next. Yeah, but thank you to all my friends. I've been so proud of them. Like I've been seeing a lot of them. Like just some are becoming doctors. I told them take care of my future kids. A lot are becoming lawyers also, and yeah, some are also being mothers. And I'm just like, oh my god, it's the time. But um, in in the topic of growing up, it's been always a challenge to sort of find a good work-life balance, uh, and I guess there's always a dilemma between um, being with friends, being with family, but also trying to make ends meet. Um, and I think like a lot of poems in my book I never noticed, but just ended up like exploring like the um how do you say the dynamics of like money and also our relationships. So I wrote this one. It took me 7 months to write this because work kept getting in the way. So it was like very telling of the poem. Love and late stage capitalism. Not right now, love. We're too tired to love. We just entered the working force. It terrified me before just thinking about where do I see myself in the next 5 years? When I see my sister and childhood friends less and less regularly, like our periods. We all have PCOS now. It's as if our bodies are telling us this is not a regular pace to live at. What once was a time for afternoon runs and after school trainings was now after work traffic, shifting passions to hobbies and retrospection in the name of practicality. I've gotten a glimpse of this life myself while learning to be a leader in innovation, research, entrepreneurship, and nation building. Oh, in other words, college. I had a 5 year plan of building my own little nation of stability, studying decision making and the trade offs that will inevitably occur if I lay foundations first before I love full time all the time. I learned the more I wanted to excel in optimizing industries, the less time I have to wash my hair and write this poem. Would my teachers think I made the most profitable decision when they see me with the healthiest curls I've had my whole life while I read this poem? I've now left home looking for part time jobs like teaching kids or brewing coffee so I can still love on the side. Instead, I found an espresso shot of love from a man who always holds me like he loves me, but couldn't find the optimal schedule in his life to love me the way I should be loved. My friend said, everyone in LA is just too obsessed with stability. Tell me, love, why do we keep loving in the realms of rationality? Back home, my sister found you too, love, gifted through coffee beans, gin and tonic with notes of magic, but they were just too busy with what the businessman who owns the stars called matters of consequences, that I too am now busy with, in hopes of living on my own so I can regularly wash my hair and peacefully work on the poems I've been thinking and thinking and thinking about, but never having the time to write them down. As I mastered my trade, I learned that the trade off for stability is our inability to love. And in response to that question, oh, why do we keep loving in the realms of rationality? I answered my own question with another poem on rationality. I'm sorry, dear, but we need to love rationally, or we will burn the sheets that keep us warm as you hold me constant in your arms. In a memoir I once read, the writer's mother said, I have to save 10% of myself from everyone, be it lover or daughter, so I don't declare bankruptcy in the currency of love when the markets collapse. At the end of the day, it's the only investment we have against the divine hand, conducting this quarter score. But my love, We are not gods who yield the power to control worlds. We're left to simplify these complexities of love. We fold it in half again and again until it fits between our fingers, counting hours of sleep, finding frameworks to follow, reaching for perfection. In theoretical ideals, I would love you full time. We won't need revolutions on television, no red skies, no picket signs, just me and you, rich in rapid eye motion, high on fumes from painted poetry, of clear skies and tulip fields, but our human capacities cannot handle nature's uncertainties. So we paint by numbers. We minimize all what ifs. We make up realistic systems of standardized affection in clear cut carrots and traditional I do's, mediating in the meaning making of I love you, I love you, I love you, mass produced like semantic satiety, inflating its value until it loses all buying power. The real becomes ideal, thus unattainable. So again, we split the bills of love, adjust for inflation, and propose a scaled down practical love, a workable, affordable, predictable, bi weekly love in microdoses of 5 dark Friday hours, in hopes of managing this project timeline of living in the moment and finding love in pockets of time, like this poem, birthed on a Monday lunch break with last night's dinner, California strawberries, Cara Cara oranges, and Fuji apples. My sweet, sweet slices of life. Well, one more, two more. One more, one more. We gotta go. We gotta go. We have a time limit here. One more. One more. Waiting for my hair to air dry after midnight. These fresh white walls are one shade lighter than the popcorn ceiling. I keep finding proof of the terrible paint job on the edges where wall meets objects. Maybe it's time to put up all those prints from years of gigs and art fairs, but I don't have a centerpiece corkboard yet. Why does this feel so surreal? I was just home 2 weeks ago and now I'm here again. This is probably dry enough to sleep in. No, I don't want a headache or a flat head. I mean, is it really bad or something the grown-ups just said? Oh my god, that self-confessed drug lord is spilling revelations of police coerced implications on vigilante executions. I wonder why I keep getting nightmares of dystopian danger and civil unrest. Did I not dry my hair properly last time? I need to sleep. I work early tomorrow. Next time, I'll shower an hour earlier. My table is a mess. Am I self-obsessed to have brought these medals across oceans as a reminder of who I once was? Wow, I haven't picked up this book since pre-pandemic college days. Do I reply to him now or tomorrow? Nah, I'll sleep on it. Can I? It's been 4 hours. Nope, it's still damp now. I'll shake it out a bit more. The air is saturating with color. I smell coconuts, mangoes, shea butter, gardenias, sunflowers, avocados, and home. I have a garden in my hair. My hand trails down from root to split end. My god, how long my hair has grown. Thank you, everyone. Buy my bar. I only have 55 copies, but thank you so much. Thank you, Arida Roses. Thank you, Tori, for the space. CLI, of course. My friends, my LA degenerates. Thank you. And of course, my family here. The biggest privilege I have is a family that won't leave my side. So yeah, thank you, everyone. Enjoy. Get some more food. My brother baked most of the pastries. Yeah. Please enjoy the food. Thank you. Good night. Family, come up here. Okay.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. The close time for Stories, Books, and Cafe is 9 o'clock. Um, I know, I'm just explaining. I would invite you guys all to fellowship, but I am actually asking that everybody depart as soon as they can. If you are gonna exit, the front is locked up, so you can't go into the store. Unless you need a restroom, please don't go into the store. We're not selling anything. We're not selling any books. We sold out Pam's books. That's fantastic. The bar is closed. The bookstore is closed. If you're departing, go out the back. If you're gonna hang out with your friends, let's go to Prado or Lowboy or Bar Flores. We're gonna have just a little bit of fellowship, and we're gonna get out as fast as we can. Thank you so much.